Sabi ng therapist ko, ang isa daw sa pinakamagandang wisdom na makukuha mo is self-enlightenment or pagkilala mo na ng maigi yung sarili mo. Before, hindi ko hindi ko mag-grasp yung concept of self-enlightenment until I figured out na baka may ADHD ako. Ever since I was a child, I was I was the weird one, or I am still the weird one. I am not a really sociable kid, and I'm always having a hard time blending in, or when pag may mga party or may mga kahit yung family gathering, I'm still having a hard time na makipag-socialize. And I thought I was just, being weird, being myself, and until naging teenager ako, dun na nagsimula really yung yung personal issues ko. Pero, yeah, siguro in this first episode, I will just share how I figured out that I might have ADHD. Actually, it's really funny because I was just, having a pedicure or getting my nails done, and then nagte-Twitter lang ako, just browsing my timeline. And there I stumbled upon an article na sabi nila, emotionally abused people might have ADHD. And then at first parang, isn't it kind of weird? ADHD and emotional abuse. So, parang perception ko na ng ADHD is just being hyperactive all over the place, like you may energy cannot be contained. And then I read it through, and the symptoms that were listed there, it I was really surprised na, hey, ako to. Um, I cannot focus, but when I do, I can focus for hours. Like, I can hyper fixate in a game that I really love. There was one time na 8 hours straight ako naglalaro, and hindi ko hindi ko na naisip na gabi na pala. And then sa school, I have problems dealing with the easy subjects. I'm not saying that I am really smart, but hirap na hirap ako 'pag sobrang dali. Pero kapag sobrang hirap naman, I'm really being challenged, kaya matataas yung grades ko. And so many things, so many other factors. And there's this emotional dysregulation, um, ano pa ba? Makakalimutin, or 'pag nagsasalita ka or nakikipag-usap ka, nalilimutan mo, "Ano bang sinabi ko? Ano ba sinabi niya? Ano ba pinag-usapan namin?" Or di kaya 'pag pupunta ka sa isang part ng house niyo, this is really funny. Nangyayari sa'kin na like several times na pupunta ako ng kusina, iisipin ko, "Ba't nga ba ako nandito? Ba't nga ba ako nagpunta dito?" Tapos may time na pagbubuksan ko yung ref, ta's meron pa ring toothbrush sa bibig ko. Tapos sabihin ko sa sarili ko, "Ba't nga ba ako nagpunta dito? Nag ba't may toothbrush sa bibig ko?" Yung mga gano'n ba, na parang lumilipad yung isip mo. I thought at first you know, pagod lang, or, you know, I'm just being me, I'm just being weird, but I didn't really recognize that it's not normal na pala. So, ayun na nga, and then after a few days, I became hyper fixated on getting my diagnosis, and I'm really unsettled that I really want to know the answer. So, though I will discuss this in the another podcast, but yeah, after a few doctor visits, I'm finally diagnosed of having ADHD. Um, I researched people online that might share the same problems with me, but mm, most of them like most of them are American bloggers per se. So, the culture are different. So the implication of having an ADHD here in the Philippines is a bit different. Um, what else? But the sad part is my depression led me to realizing that I have ADHD. Um, Majority of my life, they said that iyakin ako, matampuhin ako, madali akong umiyak sa mga bagay, kaya ayokong nanonood ng drama. I avoid the news kasi madali akong ma-trigger and madali akong magalit. And 'pag nagagalit ako talagang sabog na sabog. Akala ko it's just my pride or you know, baka talagang gano'n lang ako or, sinasabi nila na matampuhin nga ako, pero hindi pala. Huh. See, that's why it's different, if you have a mental condition here in the Philippines kasi, having a mental issue here is really still a taboo for the majority of us. And most of the time, the tendency is people will try to invalidate you. If you're feeling being overly anxious, they may say na parang, OA ka lang or paranoid ka lang without really necessarily realizing the fact that maybe there is a problem. And looking back now, my ADHD has really impacted how I chose my friends, um, how I made those drastic decisions that might destroy my life, why I overate. Most of the time when I'm stressed, nag-overeat ako and it led me to my health issues as well. Um, pero there's also this one thing that, I mean, it's really personal, but I know it's not normal. I'm experiencing that since I was a kindergarten, and then it's really my inner issue that I don't know why am I that way. To give you a little bit of idea, I am whenever my mind is hyperactive, it manifests in other way, in a really weird way. And I thought na, naku, masama talaga siguro akong tao kasi hindi 'to normal. But figuring out figuring out I have ADHD, finally the meds were able to help me. So, um this is this podcast and I'm sharing my story for any one of you who is, guessing that they might have it. I hope, you know, when I record my future podcast, this will be able to help you to realize that, hey, you're just like me, I'm just like you, and maybe you have it. And now getting the diagnosis, I mean, I'm just it's been 6 months only, since I figured out I have ADHD, and I can say that it changed my life a lot. Na parang nag-mature ako ng mabilis in the span of 6 months. I mean, it's really weird to say, but in 6 months, I was able to like realize a lot of things. I learned how to navigate through my emotions. The medicines did really help me a lot. I mean, not just only focusing. My doctor told me that he doesn't wanna get rid of my ADHD because it enables you to have like super cool skills and talents. Like for me, I mean before I really don't understand why I can paint on my own, why I can sing, and why I'm really good at a lot of things. And para feeling ko ang yabang ko nun 'no, pero yun, nasabi ng doktor ko, "We don't want to eliminate your ADHD, we just need to manage it. We just need to handle it." And, currently now, I'm on my antidepressants and I'm on Ritalin. And, I can tell the difference 'pag, I'm taking a holiday pill, like during the weekend hindi ako Ritalin and talagang nandun na yung, ito na naman yung utak ko, umaandar na naman na parang jeep, yan at parang harurot na naman siya. So, yeah, getting this diagnosis, yeah, nakatulong talaga. So, whoever listens now, I really encourage you to, be an advocate for yourself. That's what I learned is that walang ibang maniniwala sa'yo kundi ikaw. Kung nararanasan mo yung hirap ng pagkakaroon ng ADHD, I highly suggest that you seek a professional help and look for people that will believe you. Kasi one of the great things din na nakaka-blessed ng life ko is God gave me people who can understand me. And actually it's not my family. It's not necessarily the people that I am biologically related to. Um but God gave me people who can understand me, a mentor who knows what I'm going through when I'm having trigger episodes or when I'm having panic attacks. There are people na nakakaintindi and I'm really really grateful for them. So yeah, meron pala akong ADHD. 30 years old na ako and I have been suffering from it for 29 years or maybe 24 years. Uh, that I didn't know. Um, pero yeah, merong mga parang signs na noon, pero kasi siyempre 'di ba, hindi naman aware yung parents natin or parents ko at the time, delayed akong magsalita and delayed akong maglakad. Akala lang nila siguro, I'm just one of those few kids na mabagal ang development only to find out na, 25 or 29 years later, I have ADHD pala. So, yeah, if you think, I know it's hard to just tell somebody na you just don't have the energy to do the things that you needed to do. I know how hard it is na parang may constant battle sa isip mo na, for example, you need to finish a project or you need to wash the dishes or you need to clean the house or you need to pay some bills. But there's some thing in your mind that, hey, I need to do this, but your mind doesn't cooperate or your body doesn't want to cooperate and instead you want to do other things. It's really hard to explain that to a normal person, but for people who have ADHD, it's like, ang feeling is parang may elepanteng nakaupo sa katawan mo that you cannot move, you cannot do anything. So, in this podcast, I hope, as I share my stories and I share my personal experiences, that you will be able to also um, relate. And that's one thing that we need is to be able to relate to one another. And yeah, thank you so much for listening and see you on the episode 2. I will help you navigate or I will help you list down the things that you needed to do in order to get your diagnosis. Goodbye and have a nice day.